It is Vuma 103 Adult Radio for the young and hot, where we indeed give you nothing but the best of our music. You know what I love about music? It just takes you straight to that moment, you know?
Angazi ukuthi ungenzani Sne udlala le ngoma.
Ngivusa idubulo, ngivusa ubusizwa bakho.
Boyfriend. I remember very well when this song came out. I was doing standard 9 as well band. Yeah, Emlazi. Yeah, it was.
Wawenzani ngalo? What makes you remember this song so vividly?
Puma lapho. You are out of order. I don't recognize you.
Point of order, comrade. All right, it's okay. It is the Saturday edition of the show, The Weekend Crush, with myself, Sne Mkhize. We did a kickstart to the show with the Langa Mavuso, with the Love Lost. 7 minutes after 10 is the time. A very big thank you to Paul Wawanzama for the Saturday breakfast. We'll again next week, same time, same place, or right here on Vuma 103. It is indeed the Saturday, the 1st of May. It is Workers' Day. You know, lolu suku kufanele still commemorate kahle, because I mean, if you still have a job, you are very, very fortunate.
However, we need to get to a point where we create work instead of always looking for work.
With that being said, I always say that there are people who are designed for that, and there are people who are always going to be looking for umsebenzi. Opportunities to create jobs, but it's just not in them to have entrepreneurship skills. So I feel like it's one of the things that government needs to look into when it comes to syllabus. You know, when it comes to business management studies, that's when you need to instill these things. Or maybe go into a module on its own.
I think it's a mindset thing. I don't think it's a matter of to do business and to do business. Because particularly African countries, in majority of them, they are entrepreneurs. Even if it's selling small things. But tina sikula saz ukuthi masengimdala kumele ngifunde ngithole umsebenzi.
Also,
we need to change that mindset.
Yes, even abazali bethu, they are like that. Hamba ufunda uthola umsebenzi wenza ukuthi when you want to do your own thing, it's like uyivila according to them. You awufuna ukuyofuna umsebenzi. But it's not.
We have to understand ukuthi baqhamuka kwenye generation that said thola umsebenzi. Tina, we come from a generation in ama challenges ayo ethi create umsebenzi.
Inkulu challenge, we need to bridge this gap, and it's such a huge one, and it's up to us abazali ke bamanje to have that mindset ourselves and instill it engane.
As Usiyanda would say, iyenzeka lento mfethu.
Alrighty, 0659337172 number yami WhatsApp leyo. You can also call us on 086 10 300 at Vuma FM kubo wonke ama social media platforms, that Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Uzokwazi ke interact nathi with us there. Otherwise, it's www.vumafm.co.za. Njengamanje ke it's Men's Conference, Igunundu, Lamadoda.
Inkomfa
baba. Okay, let's just say it like that. Inkomfa baba. But Muzi, we've been talking that izinto sesikhuluma ngazo, they are very, very close to our hearts. Izinto ekufanele ngempela uma sidingida kubo ukuthi we are very careful with them, because they are very sensitive issues. And baningi abantu who are actually suffering from them. And namhlanje it's one of the very sensitive and important issues. We are looking at the fact that, as abantu besifazane, I'm always going to make reference to abantu besifazane because I know best. If you were married or getting a divorce, it's very hard for you to move on, simply because the society, your family, your friends, they will judge you. It's too soon. Why agagaboli ngisho nokbola agaga decay ngisho nokudecay umyeni wakhe kodwa use move on.
Thisidumbu safudumele phansi.
Exactly. Thisidumbu safudumele, but when usufuna amanye amadoda, So when is I would like to pose that ngithanda ukuthi sibeke kubantu besilisa leyo nto, because nabo they do lose spouses, they do divorce. So I would like to find out, how do men handle this? When is the right time for umuntu wesilisa to move on?
Ngicabanga ukuthi mhlamba ke siyidingide ngicabanga ukuthi isikhathi esiningi we are dealing with ama issues of socialization. Ukuthi i-society ithini. I'll just make an example of ungena ngesigqoko endlini. What does it mean? Abanye bathi it's disrespect. But uyababona abantu bengena ngegqoko endlini, you know, and stuff like that. And that belief has been challenged over the years. And these days you find, particularly our young people, ingane zethu lezi eziqala kwa first year and zifunde ezikoleni zabelungu. Mawuthi ukuthi nokuthi akwenziwa, they want to challenge that. So I think we saw in this case of challenge some of the social norms and some of our socializations esikhule sazi ukuthi they are our reality, they define us. So I don't think though it is always fair to say thina madoda yithi esisheshe si move on as if akwenzeki kubantu besimame. Yes, it does happen, and yes, it does happen ukuthi nabanye ubaba they grieve for a long time. Mhlawumbe umunye umuntu azabizela umhlangano. I was talking to another colleague izolo engitshela ukuthi wahlukana nomuntu wakhe wazwabizela i-meeting ekhaya ukuthi indoda ukhulume kwenze njani, is everything okay, yini singasaboni intombazana inyakaza la ekhaya. So I think those are some of the social norms ekumele siwa challenge. However, ukuphendula directly asikho isikhathi esibekiwe or esi-rigid esibhalwe phansi noma esaziwayo ukuthi uma sekudlula isikhathi esingaka usungaqhubeka nempilo. But into ebalekile ukuthi how are you feeling? Are you ready now to move? Ngoba kwesinye isikhathi kuyenzeka umuntu agxume ajahe ukuya kwenye relationship ngoba mhlambe ufuna ukuvala isikhala sikalo yamuntu. Kokunye uthola ukuthi kunama privileges athizo kodwa wenzelwa yiloya muntu in relationship yakhe ongasawenzelwa manje, so you just want someone to come and fill that space. So nanokuthi is that a general truth now or is it just a perception ukuthi amadoda shesha move on and nanokuthi singakanani isikhathi? Asikho isikhathi. Bakhona abantu aba move on in 6 months kuze kuthiwa ayishuthi ubekade khona kanti bengekho ngempela umntana abantu. I think sayithinta kancane le indaba ka soulmate long ago ukuthi ikhona into e soulmate. What if after the passing of this person uhlangane nomuntu that you really feel connected to? Do you have to wait for people in general to accept ukuthi okay hayi sebezothi abantu ayiku right manje? Do you have to wait for another year, another 2 years just so you can please people, or when you feel ukuthi I've healed sengaqhubeka nempilo? So I think it's a matter of individual healing process, but also ungayipheki ngomhluzi wenye, ungasusi.
Please elaborate.
Ukupheka ngomhluzi wenye kusho ukuthi uma ngabe ukade mhlawumbe uhlabile ebese uyahlaba usekhona umhluzi kwale literally speaking. So ungasuli inyembezi zika mamazi ngalo mamazi omusha.
Sivalkhishwa ngenlive nje.
My point exactly. So those are all the social norms that we need to challenge. However, we should not lose our soul as a people, as black people in general, and as Africans, because kwesinye isikhathi we challenge things to a point ukuthi sizigcine sesihlambalaza siyihlazo. For example, I'll make an example of indaba zama after tears. You find people misbehaving and behaving in very detestable ways in the name of ama after tears. I saw the one time osisi betweka phezu kwethuna, you know, because now in their minds they were challenging social norms ukuthi why kungenziwa lokho.
Because so this person vele
ubephila leyo mpilo leyo. So I would say mina ukuthi there's a lot that a man must consider as well before he moves on. But mhlambe sokhuluma ngakho afterwards. But nanokuthi nje lo mamncane ozayo ngoba ngizothi umamncane phela ingane zakho uma unabantwana uzohlala kuphi, uzowathanda nabantwana bakho. So there's a lot to consider before you can move on as a man.
0659337172. You can also be part of this conversation. Have you ever been in the situation where now uyabona ukuthi umuntu wesilisa, you need to move on with your life, but you feel like the society, the family, people around you are going to be saying, no, you are moving on too fast. Even your children as well. It's going to be as if, especially if it's going to be as if you just couldn't wait for her. Grieving process ayifani.
Ngangabuza i-ex ingibuza ukuthi how usumuve on masishana kangaka, ngase ngibuza ukuthi bekuyothatha how long ukuthi ngimove on before ubone ukuthi nawe ngangikuthanda. So does it mean ngangakuthandi because I move on very quickly? And does it really matter?
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's how you evaluate, it's how you judge uthando. Uba nokuthi should you love me less just because uthole umuntu quickly. It's not even about replacing. Uphumile wangena. Hayi ukuthi ukhisho uyena.
And akekho umuntu ogcwalisa icathulo zomunye, umuntu nomuntu no size wakhe.
Wonke umuntu unesicathulo sakhe, wonke umuntu unendima yakhe ayidlalayo.
Yes.
086 10 10 or 300. We're also taking your call. Let's just go quickly to our music. We're going to be coming back with more of this conversation. DJ Cleo. Uhamsana nobusi Hadebe bathi gcina impilo yami. 103 Delta Radio for the young at heart. And of course, a great and inspiring and growing conversations. DJ Cleo, Hamsana Nobusi Hante Bobeti, Zinin Piloya, Yamanagale, put Muzi Mthabela groove, got an inage, Pelansai Hamblazizin.
Sesihambi groove enezing elithize.
Oh yeah, bagitha malanda show jazz la.
Nje awucabanga nje ngimdala ngimngaka sengihleli nekani le.
Hamba ngolayini.
Sengibeka ubhiya phezulu kwekhanda.
Ubunga uloko zinokuloko
sengimfishane ngimngaka. Yeah.
You know, ezinye izinto kufanele uzenze udlule kuzona lezo. And it's okay for you futhi if ungazenzi.
Isizulu sisihle sithi ayiphuziphume. Ngichaza masudideka nani sihleka lana sifunde lokushini siyadideka manje masikhuluma
isizulu lapho sesiyasaba well
no isizulu is the in thing man
and zijikile izinto and zijikile and I like it like that I really do kodwa ke ngoba ukhona uzolibela ungifaka nje alrighty, let's carry on with our conversation. If you have just joined us, this is men's conference. I am with Muzi Mthabela, and we are talking all things about moving on, particularly when it comes to abantu besilisa. We get it's very cliche because abantu besifazane bona when they move on they get so judged no matter how long it will take ukuthi nje usengaze afake enye indoda emzini wenye indoda, but abantu besilisa they get away with it. Why?
Ngicabanga ukuthi isikhathi esiningi futhi akusayikhuluma lento emsebenzini ngisasebenza kuSibaya. Amadoda ayayithatha into ayifunayo. They identify what they want and they go for it. And abantu besifazane isikhathi esiningi bafuna ukuconsulta, bafuna ukumasha abatshela izwe lonke. I made an example I was talking to Sne Mkhize.
Who plays
Gamajola. Yes. Okay. So she came in, we were talking about these things, and she was like, yeah, not manje sesokwenza polyandry, which is uthatha isithembu so baba beomama. Asesokwenza polyandry nje kumele simashe nje siwatshela amadoda ukuthi sifuna ipolyandry ngithi nimashelani. Ngitshela bani? Wakwayibona indoda imashi ithi ngifuna isithembu. So indoda mayifuna isithembu yasithatha. So nani ngokunjalo. But it is happening slowly ukuthi you are challenging things. You are asking yourselves ukuthi why are things this way? Why to abantu besifazana abayidli inhloko but uyakwazi ukuhamba ebush uyithenga uyidle mawuthanda and nothing happens. So we are challenging all these things. So I was saying to her ukuthi inkinga ukuthi thina masifuna into we go for it. Mina, you feel like you need to
privileged, but you are privileged.
Privileged wabani?
No, but it's something that's happening. Umuntu wesilisa uyena, even with ukushela. Think about besifazane, we are not privileged to have that right. No, but it's not something.
Not my DM.
That's like that. But it's not something ngokwesintu. Akusiyona into evumelekile leyo. Abantu besilisa ibona aba privileged. Sina into esingayenza nje ukuthi sibe namaqhinga ukuthi umuntu ofuna ukuthi akubone uzama ukuthi ube visible kuyena. Uyibonakalisa, umbone ehambe yothe enkomeni ediphini wena uphume nebhakede uhambe uye emfuleni uyokhamanzi. You know, that's the only thing that we can do. But Nina, you've always been privileged as abantu besilisa.
Si privilege wabani?
That's the thing. It's all emandulo.
Siyazi kwasemandulo sasiyi-privilege nathula. Namanje siyazi-privilege niyathula. But you are beginning now to
challenging that, and then kuthiwa are we out of line? we're getting out of line singabantu besifazane, we're not submissive anymore. Umbona phi nje umuntu wesifazane if uthanda into, because nathi we are human at the end of the day.
Uma ngabe wena ufuna ukwenza into bese ngithi mina awubheke usine khona manje ufaka iwave bese uhlephuka apho wena.
No, but I mean, we care about what people think about us.
Mhlambe inkingi lapho ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi amadoda mayifuna into they go for it and they don't care ukuthi who says what.
But they've been
I'm not saying ukuthi kumele sibe careless and challenge izinto willy-nilly and be careless about the things ezenzayo. Like I said ukuthi we cannot lose our soul as people in search of new social norms or in challenging social norms. But let's look at the socialization ukuthi uma sikhula, for example intombazane ethiwa iclean izitsha umfana hlala yena goqizana.
Exactly.
But bakhona abazali abathi namhlanje 10 yakhe yokwasha izitsha si
ingane la ekhaya ayikho umfana ngekho intombazane ingane mekufanele kuphekwe uma kuukuthi igame lakho uzophekwe umfana noma intombazane.
For example abafana or abantu besilisa babesokwa kwaZulu. But it took a king to say ukuthi akunabantu abazohamba bayile intabeni mina ngifuna amabutho azohamba ayohlasela. So somebody made a decision ukuthi lento siyayichallenge. Why is it still happening?
But the thing is now this thing has been going on. It has been like that where even to a point where umuntu uzoyibuza ukuthi shuthi ke phela abantu besifazane fanele basilobole nathi.
And unless we challenge it, it will remain forever. It has been happening forever and it will keep happening if we do not challenge it. And like I'm saying, the spirit of challenging it has to be a good spirit, because kuyenza umuntu a challenge into but uthola ukuthi the motivation yokuyi challenge is wrong. But if you want to write what you feel is wrong, then you need to have conversations like this one. This is a very good platform for such things. But amadoda before we move on, I would say mina ukuthi be careful ukuthi lo muntu omlethayo uzoba njani la ekhaya. Uzohlala phi naye. Zingakanani ingane zakho oyikhulisayo. Uma ngabe umletha la ekhaya, what are the things that you need to consider? So there's a lot of considerations that we need to do. Ngoba nathi madoda, when we move on too quickly, kunamaphutha esikwenzayo that we are going to talk about.
Alrighty, 0659337172. We are definitely going to be taking your messages, your voice notes. Ngabe nawe khona isimo esikanje oseke wabhekana naso we umuntu wesilisa uyashonelwa or spouse sakho noma you getting a divorce or just in separation mhlawumbe sekukhona nezingane. When is the best time for you to actually move on? Nathi singabantu besifazane we get into a relationship nomuntu okade uyabona mhlawumbe umakhelwane umuntu wasesigodini useshonelwe umakoti and niyathandana. It's not like nithandana umakoti esakhona. However manje awusazi ukuthi kufanele uwenze njani, uthathe liphi ixhathi ngoba phela uzobonakala engathi manje endaweni awunasimilo. Hawubu ushuthi wena nje uhleli nje la ubukana nendoda yabantu.
Uyazi zikhona izinto ukukhula yenye into, zikhona ezinye izinto oyibuka ngelinye ihlo usemncane uthi ungakhulu bemdala ube ne-understanding yazo. Because zikhona izinto nami ngakithi nje mina ungafa ngcwatshwe ngeke angisoze ngayenza into ukuthi. But as you grow you see these things happening and they are real and you begin to see actually
never
there's a possibility
never
that I would do that.
Say never.
My point exactly.
Never ever. Because and you never say never, you're going to be judging that person without understanding, without awukwazi bese icathulweni zakhe lo muntu.
Even iBhayibheli liyasho ukuthi ungamahluleli umuntu ngoba lento omahlulela ngayo nawe uzokwahlulelwa ngayo. Kukaningi abantu, for example mina ngisaphuza, but I cannot go around manje sengahlulela abantu abaphuzayo because ngisenga backslider any second. So ungamahluleli omunye umuntu ongamazi ukuthi situation akuyo ungene kanjani, imapha ama mitigating factors as ama lawyers would say. What are the mitigating factors as it contributed to this person making this decision?
Absolutely. It's 10:30. Faith is on standby to give us what's happening in the world of support. Faith, kunjani?
Niyaphila kodwa.
Hayi mina ngiphile nje ubhodi khona ubhodi wasithembisa ijezi lamaZulu.
Ayewangikhumbula.
Ngisane wind.
Athi ngibingelela unqabi sabona.
Yeah. Faith. Uyababona ke basibamba kanjani?
Yaziwe emangubo kunothisha sasimthanda esikoleni ezwelibanzi kwathiwa uthisha ungubo.
Oh okay.
Owayithi mayingena elonini eyoshumayela or eyo conductor nje i-morning assembly. Koduma isikole sonke sithi ngxabe. So mangikubona njalo nje uvela ungikhumbuza uthisha wami asiyeke indaba yeje.
Uyabona ke benze.
Let's just reminisce on
this gender is so manipulative.
Sithanda sinjalo.
Angikubingelele nezemidlalo igama lami nguFaith.
Siphokazi worth of Vusumlilo khona la Vuma 103 10:38 is the time. Saturday edition of the show, The Weekend Crush with myself, Sne Mkhize. First hour of the show, ngihamba no Muzi Mthabela Men's Conference. Let's hear what you have to say on our WhatsApp line.
Live voice notes on 065 933 7172.
And put Muzi in the studio. Yo, this thing of marriage, even though mina ngakaze ngishade, but bengibuka inkinga zabantu baningi abantu abashadile abaninkinga uthola ukuthi bashadile but abasathandani sebehleli nje just for the sake of children nokuthi just for the sake of their kids or maybe khona izinto abayihlanganisile and akulula ukuthi ufana nalowo muntu bese ubona umuntu eseshonile bese ubona umuntu eseqhubela impilo yakhe but wena wazi ukuthi ene nomshado bovele usaright ngoba kade waphela.
Thank you so very much for that insight.
Yeah.
Very much true. Very much true.
Ijule kakhulu because the beautiful thing I show you sis ukuthi bheka ama reasons akho before you make a decision. Ngoba uzolinda wena ukujabulisa ama social norms. Ukhohlwe ukuthi njoba esho dadewethu ukuthi already lo mshado kade waphela. So uma ngabe ephuma lo empilweni yakhe noma eshona obehlukana then sekuyena ekumele athathe isinqumo sokuthi ngoba vele kade waphela nami ake ngiyijabuliseke mina. However, there's something very sad enokwenzeka which is a norm enokwenzeka uma ngabe uluza ipartner whether uyashona or niyahlukana naye niyadivorce. Kune feeling ebakhona uma ngabe umuntu ekade experience loss yokufuna ukuthi engathi angabhabhalala ukuthi kunezinto ebengakwazi ukuzenza ngekathi kukhona lo.
Yes, it's like at the cage we. Once kwavula leli cage, it's like
the caged animal just go wild.
Yes,
you know.
Exactly.
So ikhona leyo nto ukuthi engazi ukuthi ungangqabashiya uqhantshe sokwe black down ubambe noma ngabe yini ohlangana naye. You know, uhamba ucinga bonke laba babekuthumela ama DM nama private message bethi hey hi bese ufuna ukwenza ama follow up ukubona. However, there's a very big danger kulokho ukuthi kuzokwenzeka uthi uyaxhuma ngoba usubona inkululeko kanti usungena ehlathini
uxhumele izandleni ezirong
la uzophuma khona uzophuma noqadolo kulelo hlathi. Are you ready for uqadolo ongasuhlangane nawo la ngaphandle because bayaganga abantu ngaphandle.
Absolutely.
Bayaganga
we can't shy away from that. You know what, but Muzi, there's so many messages that are coming in. Can you just go here first and then we're going to be returning with more of your messages.
Awesome.
You know, I always say that I'm such an old soul because it sounds like these that move me. So I say, "Hamba phela go line in ngoba." I think things are on tanga bahamba go line. What am I going to say? It's like coop. Lapho ke nami ngiyoxhuma kodwa deep down I want to stimela, I want abonana coyote, I want Ibrahim Masigela, and I'm going to be happy.
How's your hand being sizwa?
I think that's why even I feel like I attract abantu who are a bit older and matured. I think that's why. It's because I'm an old soul.
That's very good actually.
It is?
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shooting ngiqhubeke nje ngibambe lapha.
Hamba ngalo la.
Until kube khona uthi baba.
I know we
ready ngalokho ke kodwa ke anyway.
You attract what you are ready for.
all right. Okay. It is Vuma 103 Adult Radio for the young at heart. That was Ibrahim Masigela about the same mizo. Hambi insiza kusale.
Ibongo.
All right, so hambi insiza kusale ibongo. 10:49 is the time. Yes, ngithi ngiyaprotect. Uyafuna ukuyongena ewishini. Umuntu bakithi.
Izibongo.
Alrighty, if you have just joined us, wazwaputhelwa kodwa ke ngoba siyakuthanda, we're just going to recap ukuthi what is it that we're talking about, and also but Muzi next week Master 6 sizoyigoqa nje namhlanje kodwa kuningi kusafanele unpack. We've got a few voice notes that we would need to actually delve into, so izokwazi ukuthi na next week siqhubekele sidingide even more further.
Go deeper, men of God.
Go deeper, Baba. Go deeper. Alrighty, we're talking all things about moving on, particularly to abantu besilisa, because the thing abantu besifazane, we get so judged with as far as moving on, uma kuthi ushiwo umnyeni, whether through divorce or ukuthi ushonile. But abantu besilisa, they get away with it just like that. But again, let's just hear what Dr. Gule had to say. Masisebona ukuthi senze njani.
Adlala mangunezi. Happy Saturday sisiwena ngibekela Putmozi lapho ku Igunundu lolova. Lolova ngoba sikhula so ngithi mina ngisacela ukuthene nje ngithi i spirit of challenge ngiyasivumela ngamsana naso. Bese ngithi ngicela ukubuza la ku Putmozi ukuthi isikhathi esingakanani kufanele uma umuntu wesilisa usilinde before you move on with your life, like nje mhlambe mekuthiwa yakade ku relationship mhlambe izinto zenzeka ngendlela ezenzeke ngayo kwahamba igcina siphelile leyo relationship, mhlambe kokunye kwakuthi khona mhlambe odlulayo emhlabeni ngiyalinganisa. Fanele ukuthi kube isikhathi esingakanani leso ukuthi mhlambe ulinde leso simo ukuthi siclearisheke mhlambe emqondweni wakho ukuze ukwazi ukuthi move on with your life. And another thing sisine kule yabantu besifazane ukuthi fanele sibabone ngani ubuhle babo, angazi understand. Ngike ngangena kwenye la ku Facebook ngike ngaposta ngicela nje kosisi ukuthi ngisacela ukubona osisi abahle kodwa begqoke amaphinifo beshuqulile emakhanda nje ngendlela mina bengiye ngibabone ngabantu besifazane mabephuma ekseni nokuthi ubuhle babo bengibona lapha, unlike abantu abasuke befaka ama-weave. Angisho mhlambe njengawo sisona semsebenzini vele kodwa nje ngathi ngithi ngicela lokho abakhomenta osisi bathi nje istyle esidala lesa sayingendaba zokufaka amaphinifo nani futhi leyo nto iwubunuku nganga-understand hayi mina ukuthi kanti kahle yini thina esuke siyibheke kubona mabe kuyibona futhi abazophendula. Ngiyabonga ngilalela Dr. Gule.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Gule. Yo, inkinga.
Beyilo Dr. Gule, yes. Yeah, ngicabanga ukuthi before u move on as out kunezinto kumele uyibheke kuwena kuqala. Ngoba phela uyinhloko wena. You are the one who determines and sets the tone of your relationship. So before ulethe umntana abantu into your life, have you healed from the previous relationship? Ngoba kuyenzeka kwesinye isikhathi ufune umuntu ozoba i-replacement, but in your mind wena ucabanga ukuthi ufuna i-replacement. Umntana abantu uyaqamba uyafika lana yena upheka isigwaqana wena ufuna isigwamba. Uthi hayi wayengasipheki kanjena kodwa uzanele. Yabo? And mina sengifuna ukuvala isikhala sakhe, angiboni mina ngize ngitshelwe mhlambe uwe ukuthi no, but you can't compare me with
I'm not going to be her,
you know.
Angeke uzoboyena.
So before umlethe umntana abantu into an environment, yabona, I love the pattern eyasethwa uNkulunkulu ukuthi before uNkulunkulu he created umuntu waqala wa create environment conducive for ukuphila komuntu. Wasiyamdala umuntu, wasiyambona ukuthi lo muntu wami njobe ephila uyayidinga companion. Ayisicashalala i-companion. So before umlethe umntana abantu into your life, impilo yakho wena, the Garden of Eden, that is you, is it ready now? Is it conducive for the well-being yalo mntwana? Or uzofika ezogcwalisa icathulo angazazi nokuthi bezipholishwa ubani, ezipholisha ngani, bezimlingana kanjani, yiliphi khona ebelimhlaba kuzona lowo muntu. So that's number one. Nokuthi, are you emotionally ready wena? Have you healed and are you emotionally ready now? Before u move on, noma mhlambe u move on ngenxa yesizungu. I was very shocked ngelinye ilanga, a very beautiful and intelligent woman saying to me, "Ayi Muzi, ngiyamqoma mina usibanibani because I'm bored." You know?
Can you imagine when you have, I feel like that's an act of selfishness. because wena you have concluded ukuthi uyamqoma ngoba ubhodi but yena awukakazi umazise khona naye ezongena kule union azi ukuthi kubhorekiwe la ngizo entertainer la ngakho ke I shouldn't do izinto ezenziwe umuntu who wants to build.
Exactly. So kwesinye isikhathi umuntu ungena into an agreement with unexpressed expectations.
Exactly.
That is very sad, and that is one of the most of the highest reasons why abantu behlukana or bexabana in a relationship, because mina ngingena ngoba ngihlangane nawe enkwarini ubeka ibhodlela ekhanda uhamba ngoline and I saw that this is what I want. Kanti wena nje bewukhipha stress ngalelo langa, that's not you. Mina sengiqome uwe nginama expectations ongeke uzowafulfill.
You know, but Muzi, what I like about this thing called life and everything, even when usesikoleni kuyi-module yazi i-textbook before you even go to it iba nama outcomes.
Yes.
From this chapter, this is what you need to gain.
Table of content.
Therefore, umungena uyazi ukuthi uzophuma nani.
Yes.
So why not singa-apply lento in relationship, the same principle. Where if ungena umuntu azi ukuthi okay Sne mina ngithi kuwena this is what I'm expecting A B and C, angifune mshado la kuwena Sne, ngifuna ukuthi nje ukuthi ngiphume emsebenzini i-weekend ngeke ngikubona isonto lonke. Mase kuyi-weekend ngize eThekwini ngihlala eMpangeni, mangize eThekwini Sne ngifuna ube ready, I want you to be available for me. Ikusho lokho from the word go. So I feel like izo zonke izinto that make relationships fail.
So uma ngabeke usulahlekelwe upartner wakho, before you move on, so these are all the things that you need to consider. Okokuqala nje, for example, you have to put your family first. Ngineyingane zingakanani ingane zami? Uma ngabe sengiqala ngiqonywa usne uyangichaza, I think mhlambe singaqhubeka nempilo. How is she going to treat ingane zami? That's very important. And siyalenza lelo phutha singamadoda ukuthi umuntu omlethayo ka kwesinye isikhathi awubi kumele ube nelokhuzana necriteria ozoyisetha wena ukuthi umuntu ozoreplacer or ozongena la empilweni yami uzoyiphatha kanjani ingane zami. What are the implications of this person coming into my life in terms of iwili ingane zami, ikhaya lazo, sizohlala phi naye? Uma sesihlala naye la ekhaya, what if ingane zami naye abezwana, ayibaxabani but abezwana nje style? Ingane zami, are they going to have to feel bad kubo? Because ekhaya ila khona ingane ephephela khona. Uma engasazi ingane izophephela phi ngoba sekukhona le yankunzi malanga lana. Sekunenkanyamba esekhaya esingezwanayo but ubaba uyayithanda. You know? So before umletha omunye umuntu la ekhaya, decide ukuthi do you have imali enough yokuthenga omunye umuzi ozoyohlala kuyona ushiya ingane zakho la, or what is going to be the living arrangement? Because ingane zakho, they've already lost one parent. It is selfish ukuthi they must also lose you usaphila.
Ukhona, yes.
That's very sad. Okunye that we have to consider isimo sokuhlala ukuthi kuyohlalisana kanjani moving forward. Ukuthi ingane zingasali zidengwane ngenxa yokuthi ubaba yena had to make himself happy. You know? And mhlambe lastly okunye siyokudingida next week. Lo muntu ozayo kumele wena uyindoda ubeka ama yardsticks ukuthi umjaja kanjani yini oyifunayo wena ngaleso sikhathi and at that stage in your life. Like we jokingly spoke about earlier on ukuthi mangabe sisebancane kunezinto esiyayifuna but mase sibadala we realize ukuthi they are not that important. So yiziphi izinto ezingama yardsticks ozibekayo wena ukuthi kule age engikuyo njengamanje, what are the primary and the most important things? Lastly, counseling. It is very important. Thina bobaba sinenkinga yokungathanda ukukhuluma. Asithanda ukukhuluma, we don't even tell our friends. Thina we can joke, sihleke senze yonke into kanti ngaphakathi I'm bleeding.
But Moses said nayo leyo ndoda ngazi noma indoda ngoba phela mandla aminike ngoba usefikile uzothi nje khumu
akusekuhle studio wenkosi yami. I am surrounded by such beauty. Angisafuni liphele leli hour Sne angihambi. Hayibo.
Bye bye.
Masakhona mandla mina.
Bye bye. Elizabeth Linda worth the Maginawe. He will usher us to the news at 11. Yeah.
Wasakwazi.
Kunjani?
Ngiyaphila.
Awusemuhle nje.
Wema.
Keza ngani?
Geza ngobi.
Hayi ubisi lwembuza kuyona le nkomo le. Le nkomo is too common.
Skim milk.
Hayibo, ama problems amahlaya nje awungiphe wona.
Ayingeke kodwa ngosami. Manje leyo conference ithatha nenisise ngaphandle sibabizi. Konakele. Yabo